Hello and welcome to Hot at Home, your questions answered. Alright, so this week I got a question from one of my loyal customers of the Hot at Home program, Bill, and he says, one nutrition question for you. So far, nobody has come up with a solid answer. Pressure. I am somewhat confused about how cruciferous vegetables should be eaten. Some say cook or ferment these foods to remove the anti-nutrients or to make them more digestible. Others say this will not help and recommend that you eat them raw to obtain the maximum benefits. The intake of iodine with these foods is often suggested to prevent thyroid problems. What are your thoughts on this topic? Well, I admit I did not have an answer for this. So what I did was I got a hold of one of my very dear friends who also happens to be a highly respected nutritionist and registered nurse. And you may have heard of her. Her name's Ebling, and she is actually a co-author of a couple of books that you may have been able to get a hold of yourself here online. 101 Foods That Prevent Aging and The Fat Burning Kitchen. So if you are interested in those, I'll link you up here in the video as well. And she's also got a blog called Simple Smart Nutrition, which I'll also put the link up for you. So anyway, so her answer to this is, I hooked up with her to get the answer from her because I didn't know the answer. I wanted to make sure I was giving you the exactly right answer, and I didn't want to start Googling around and guessing and stuff like that. I want to make sure I get you set up properly, so I got a hold of Kat for this. And she says, I'm just going to read you her answer so that I don't have to paraphrase and maybe forget something, all right? So she says, cruciferous vegetables may be harder to digest for some. It is thought that many people benefit more when they are lightly cooked. However, that is not to say it is bad for them to eat them raw or fermented, as cruciferous vegetables have tons of valuable disease-fighting enzymes in them when raw or fermented. The enzymes are at their best, especially when freshly picked. They are extremely powerful against many cancers, as well as being very valuable to your overall health. My suggestion is to get a mix of both, depending on the source and type of cruciferous. Enjoy coleslaws and Asian slaws with raw or fermented, more tender cruciferous veggies in them, like Napa cabbage, bok choy, arugula, and radishes, and eat your Brussels sprouts and broccoli and cauliflower lightly steamed or sautéed, never microwaved, as microwaving destroys 7 times as many nutrients as steaming does. Cruciferous veggies include a wide variety of vegetables, including kale, bok choy, radishes, horseradish, turnips, watercress, arugula, Swiss chard, collard greens, cabbages, mustard greens, and mustard seeds, and more. Eat the tender, leafy ones raw and lightly cook the tougher, more fibrous ones. As for the iodine thyroid question, Kat cited this quotation to me. Cruciferous vegetables can potentially be goitrogenic, which means inducing goiter formation. They contain enzymes that interfere with the formation of the thyroid hormone in people with iodine deficiency. Cooking for 30 minutes significantly reduces the amount of goitrogens and nitriles. At high intake of cruciferous, the goitrogens inhibit the incorporation of iodine into thyroid hormone, which means the cruciferous vegetables actually interfere with the body's uptake of iodine, which is essential in forming thyroid hormone. So I got back to her and asked her this because, that was a lot of technical speak a little bit, and I want to make sure that I'm clear on what she's saying to make sure that you're clear. So I said, so the iodine interference can actually harm the thyroid, so these cruciferous vegetables are now bad? And she said, not really. You'd have to eat a ton to cause a problem. So what I get from that is, I get that these veggies are very healthy, but in people with iodine deficiency, eating too much of them can actually hinder your iodine intake, which can harm their thyroid. If you're one of those people, it's better to cook them a little to prevent this from happening. But again, you'd likely have to eat an unrealistically huge amount of these veggies to cause a problem. And I got back to Kat one more time. We went back and forth on this several times. I got back to her one more time to confirm that what I'm understanding is correct, and she said, yes, that is exactly correct. So I'll just reread that one to you. These veggies are very healthy, but In people with iodine deficiency, eating too much of them can hinder iodine intake, which can harm their thyroid. So if you're one of those people, it's better to cook them a little to prevent this from happening. But again, you'd likely have to eat an unrealistically huge amount to really cause a problem. So I hope that helps you out, and we'll see you guys again very soon. Take care.